What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, also known as Mental Healness from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all over social media. If this is your first time seeing my face, I'm a diagnosed narcissist that raises awareness for narcissistic personality disorder and the victims and survivors of said disorder. Today's episode is going to be about the rise of narcissism. Why is narcissism such a popular topic in social media and in the world today? Is everybody a narcissist? Blah, 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 blue, 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 blue. Because I get it. Because everybody thinks that because they have a toxic ex that they might be a narcissist. And things like that. And people think that narcissist is just a buzzword that, I don't think this. People think that narcissist is just a buzzword that, bitter women call men that don't think they break up with them. They treat them badly and stuff like that, But do I think that? No. Because I have actually been diagnosed with the disorder. I have narcissistic personality disorder. I know everybody doesn't have it and things like that, but some people do have it, you know what I mean? And people like to try to dismiss it. It's like, oh, here comes the word narcissist again. Here it goes. Kevin Samuels is one of the main protagonists of that right there. You hear about why'd you and your ex break up? Oh, he was a narcissist. Oh, Lord, here we go again. Was he diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder or no? No, he wasn't diagnosed then. He wasn't a narcissist then. Okay, let me tell you why you're wrong. And people dismiss it. Narcissism has been around. The personality disorder has been around for a very, very long time. I've been a narcissist. I can remember since I was 7 years old. So I'm 36 now. So that's 29 years, almost 30 years of being a narcissist. You know what I mean? I've had this personality disorder for a very, very long time, and I remember the exact moment when I think the trauma, like going through therapy, helped me just realize the trauma that I went through to get me to this point. And I have a twin brother that's not a narcissist. He didn't go through the same trauma I did, so so I'm gonna talk about that in my book. I haven't talked about it online at all, but in my book, it will be in my book, which is I'm starting to write this week. Finally, yes. But as far as narcissistic personality disorder is concerned, like I've been a narcissist for a very, very long time. I know it exists. I know how I've treated people. I know what I've done. I know the behaviors that narcissists, portray. I know what we do and how we do it and how we conduct it. I just do. I know this. This is what I've done. And everybody's not a narcissist. I see people online now saying like, we are all narcissists. As soon as I see somebody make a video that says something along those lines that we are all narcissists, I know that somebody called them a narcissist and now they're trying to make it seem like everybody else is a narcissist too. So everybody has levels of narcissism in them. But when you get to the highest levels of narcissism, that's when the personality disorder kicks in. That's when the egocentric narcissist kicks in. That's when I kick in. You know what I mean? And I like to answer that is if everybody's a narcissist, then no one is. We are all not narcissists because we all are narcissists, aren't we? And stuff like that. People say the wildest things to try to deflect blame and things from themselves. So everybody is not a narcissist, but some people are. And people ask me, is it hereditary or narcissists made or are they created? You know what I mean? Are narcissists born or are they created? And I tell people, I think it's a little bit of both. It's more than likely going to be created because trauma creates narcissists, or just growing up entitled and not being told no. That can create narcissists too. And I know people are going to push back on that. No, that just creates spoiled kids and stuff like that. It creates narcissists as well. If you're not used to having boundaries set upon you, you can become a narcissist because you're not used to hearing the word no, and you become entitled, you become egocentric, you start to display all this almost all the traits of being a narcissist, having narcissistic personality disorder. But I think it has a lot to do, like I said, the trauma does make narcissists, but I think it also has to do a lot with what causes the trauma. Because I think people think narcissist has just been around for 3, 4, 5 years and it just became popular because of social media. I've been talking about it since 2017, 2018, but there's been people, I've seen, what's his name, Angie Atkinson. I saw somebody share one of her TikToks the other day, said she's been talking about this for 10 years. You know what I mean? Other people have been talking about it for 10, 15 years. I've seen Sam Vaknin, he had a video pop up the other day from 2011, I think. So that's 10 years. So people have been talking about it for a long time, but social media has helped put it in front of a lot of people. So people know what they're dealing with now. A lot of people know what they're dealing with and know what they're going through. So when you get to that point right there where you know what you're dealing with, you know what you're going through, you can defend yourself against it. And that's what people are doing nowadays. They are putting titles to things that they've experienced. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is it wrong to label people without a proper diagnosis? No. I think some people you have to get some people those labels to move on and let you know those people are not going to change. They're going to be who they're going to be. If you choose to stay in this relationship, then that's who you're going to be with. So like I said, I think narcissism has become more prevalent. It's more in the forefront. It's more in front of people's eyes nowadays because of social media. But it wasn't created by social media. It wasn't created by bitter women or bitter men. It's a medical diagnosis. You know what I mean? It's a disorder. And it's been around for a long time, like literally a long time. Like your grandmas, your great grandmas and grandpas could have been narcissists. Like Adolf Hitler, I think, was a sociopath or a psychopath. Like it's been around for a very, very long time. People have been disconnected. There's been serial killers out here for a very, very long time that are psychopaths with narcissistic tendencies. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going around. Like let's say and this is why I say it could be hereditary and it could be, trauma. So they say like my dad, for instance, is I don't know if he's a narcissist or whatnot because I don't really have a very good relationship with him. But his dad unalived himself when he was 8 years old. His dad decided to get up at 5:30 in the morning on a Monday, go to the bathroom while his 3 kids were in their sleep, and unalive himself in the bathroom before he had to go to work. He was discovered by his wife and his young kids. Unalived himself. That could have created some trauma in my dad and made him be a terrible parent to me. So it's that's how a generational curse starts right there. You never know what happened to my grandpa's grandpa or dad, or my great grandpa, or great great grandpa, or great great grandma. I see people in my TikTok comments like my grandma and grandpa haven't talked. They've been together for 50 years, but haven't spoken for the last 20. Your grandma and grandpa have been giving each other the silent treatment. So if one or both of your parents or grandparents are narcissists, so both of your grandparents are narcissists, and they raised your mama, what do you think your mama gonna do? She's gonna be extremely codependent, or she might be a narcissist. You know what I mean? She might have borderline. She might have some mental health issues of her own because her parents are narcissists. I think it can be passed down like that, and that's when it becomes generational. So is it hereditary? From that, it can be passed through your lineage, but generational. This is the date and time. But because of social media, we can put an end to generational curses. We can stop creating them. You can put an end to it. We might have been raised by terrible parents or terrible grandparents or whatever. We might have just terrible all around. But we can put an end to it right now. We choose to make the change. We choose to go to therapy and be honest in therapy. So we don't continue to pass this along to our kids and put our kids through trauma that creates more narcissists. You know what I mean? That creates more people with borderline personality disorder or more, psychopaths or sociopaths and things of that nature. We can stop traumatizing our kids and, being addicts and things of that nature. Stop the generational curses now. I mean, the rise of narcissism is the rise. It could be, the rise of the prevalence of narcissistic personality disorder could mark the end of generational curses for certain people, for certain family dynamics. It's going to be the end of generational curses for mine. It stops with me. That's what I feel right now. Like the generational curses in my family, they stop with me. And that's how I feel. And that's how I'm going to continue to feel because I'm going to continue moving forward in my life and, preaching this message and telling people how therapy has helped change my life and try to get as many people into therapy as I can because I know therapy works. I know therapy is an outlet. Therapy, has helped me become the person I am now. I'm not going to ever stop going to therapy. People are like, are you going to be cured? I don't know. I'm not going to be cured. I don't think there's a cure for it. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with going to therapy because therapy has helped me. Therapy has helped me in ways that I just don't. I wouldn't be in the position I am right now without therapy. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to go to therapy. I'm going to continue to talk about my own personal experiences, being a narcissist, having narcissistic personality disorder. I'm going to continue to make change. I'm going to be a world changer, y'all. So sooner or later, I'm going to hit 1 million followers on TikTok. It's coming up. It's coming up pretty soon. Like I'm at 993 right now. 993,000 people follow me on TikTok, which is insane. Because all I do is talk about narcissistic abuse in my own personal perspective. But anyways, y'all, I had to cut this thing short. I got a 101 I got to hop on right now. So if you listen on Apple Music or Spotify, hit that 5 stars for me. Give me a good review. I truly appreciate the ones I've gotten so far. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm so thankful for you. Mental Healness is out. Peace.